is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about Mikal Bridges and how I personally feel about him this regular season. I already did a breakdown on Mikal Bridges earlier this year, 2 months ago, I believe. People liked it. He was getting the comparisons to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George's, even players kind of like Trevor Ariza and Otto Porter Jr. And I gave my thoughts and how I felt about that. And I wanted to give an update since I'm not going to do a top 5 rookie until middle of the season, which is February. And then I update the top 5 rookies so far. And Mikal Bridges, I personally feel a little bit disappointed. He was a guy that was a hot commodity coming out of college just because of his ability to play defense and have that length and that size. And he's a guy that can actually shoot. Most NBA players can't shoot, or they don't play defense, or both. They can't shoot and they don't play defense. And that's what's so special about Mikal Bridges, was the fact that he can shoot, especially the three-point line, which has become a necessary thing. You have to be able to shoot the three if you want to be in the NBA. And I personally feel like that's something that Mikal Bridges has done in college, was be a decent three-point shooter, but also being able to play multiple positions and guard smaller players, which helps the team switch. You're not afraid to switch Mikal Bridges on a point guard or a shooting guard or a forward. And once he bulk up a little bit more, he should be able to even guard the power forwards and some centers, depending on the lineups that they're going against. And he showed even in Summer League that his defense was going to be his strongest calling card in the NBA, and that's mainly why he was drafted so high, was because of his defense. And it has lived up to the hype. I feel like he's not one of the elite defenders, obviously, but for a rookie, he's pretty solid. And he gets a lot of steals, and a lot of his steals come from people dribbling around him or doing a little bit too much, and he just picks their pocket, and he plays well in the passing lanes. I thought he'd be a little bit better in the passing lanes, but also I'm not going to complain because he only been getting major minutes for a small amount of time in the season. But I feel like Mikal Bridges will be a lot more assertive offensively, and I feel like that's the part that I was really disappointed watching him. I really wanted to make a breakdown. I really wanted to make a video because I felt like Mikal Bridges was going to be special, especially playing with two guys that take a lot of attention off of him, and Aiden and Booker, because they create so much havoc together when they're on the court, that I think that Mikal Bridges will be a beneficiary of playing with players of those calibers that take a lot of attention. And if you look at guys like Otto Porter and Ariza, they get a lot of their shots because of them being open and them getting out on transition, getting layups and dunks, and even using their defense to get steals and blocks and getting out in transition to get easy baskets. But I expected Mikal Bridges to do it even better, considering that he was a guy that seemed like he knew his game. He knew what he bring to the table. He knew what he could do. But when you look at his December, he's been getting a lot of minutes. He's been getting 32.8 minutes in the last couple games. He's been getting 33 or more minutes. And he really hasn't really done anything offensively. He's shooting 40% from the field and 33% from three. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line, but he's only shooting 1.2 free throws, which means he's not really getting to the free throw line twice a game majority of the time. And then he's giving you 4 rebounds, which is solid. I think that that's something that will grow as he gets older and his body develops, but that's not that bad. And also his playmaking ability, that was an underrated thing that I seen in Summer League. His ability to keep the ball moving, and his ability to make that extra pass. He sometimes he gets the ball and he passes it, or he just takes the shot, or sometimes he just keep it moving for another possession, keeps it flying around. Even if he's not getting the assist, he's driving, He's making a pass in transition. He's getting the ball at the 3-point line, finding the more open shooter for a good shot that turns into a better shot. And that's a veteran mentality. Why take a good shot when you can get a great shot? And he's been able to do that so far with Phoenix. And I feel the same way about DeAndre Ayton. If he doesn't have the shot, he passes it to the 3-point line. He dumps it off to another player in the paint. And that's something that's a good habit you want to have, is making sure everybody is getting the ball and everybody's touching it, especially if you really don't want to shoot it. Don't force up a bad shot when you don't have a good shot. And if you have a good shot, why not pass it for a great shot? And I feel like that's something that Mikal Bridges really has done well in the NBA. His assist numbers might not say it, but some of these assists are what they call hockey assists. So he might not get the full credit for them, but he also keeps the ball moving, and I like that about him. Other than that, I'm a little disappointed because his offense ability. He's really not asserting himself. He's really not attacking. He's really not trying to create his own shot. We kind of knew that coming into the NBA, that Mikal Bridges is a guy that play well off others but can't consistently create his own shot. And I think that that's something that he should have really tried to work on this off season, was trying to find ways how to get to the paint, trying to find ways to score off the dribble. And it'll come if he really wants it. Even Trevor Ariza started learning that. Pump fake, put the ball on the floor, hit a mid-range jumper. Pump fake, put the ball on the floor, make the extra pass. Pump fake, put the ball on the floor, lay it up, depending on who's rotating. Is it a big? Can I dunk it? And I feel like that's something that he's going to really have to learn if he wants to take his game to another level, doing other things outside of shooting a spot up in transition and finding ways to create your own shot consistently, even if it just means creating it off somebody else and just turning down a good shot for a better shot offensively for yourself. So, like I said, that's the Otto Porter in him. He's going to take every once in a while a shot off the dribble. And other than that, he's going to be a perfect glue guy, a perfect role player. I want to see him develop into something more than that. And that's where I get the Paul George and the Kawhi Leonard. They played their role, but they continue to develop. They continue to get better. They continue to add to their game. They was more than just a 3-and-D player. They became some of the best offensive players in the NBA. And even when you look at this season, Kawhi Leonard is having damn near a career season. And you look at Paul George, this is probably his best season, but they're handling the ball. They're creating 3-point shots off the dribble. They're getting to the paint. They're getting to the free throw line. They're showing their playmaking ability with the ball in their hands outside of getting the extra pass. And that's what I want to see Mikal Bridges work on the next 2 years, being more than just a role player. You're a top 10 pick. You're an NCAA champion. You was one of the highly coveted players that even a team traded for you, to the point where they showed you that they really wanted you on their team, and they was willing to give up an asset to get you. And that's the thing I really want them to continue to develop in Mikal Bridges' head. Yes, you can play defense. Yes, you can play multiple positions defensively, but we need to get the most out of you. Don't just settle for being a role player. Continue to grow your game. And hopefully he gets that and doesn't just become a 3-and-D guy for his whole career. He has better potential than that. He can do better than that. And hopefully he doesn't settle for just being the guy that's going to get out in transition, shoot a couple threes, and just make the extra pass. I want him to be better than that. And I feel like he can do that and he can accomplish that. So at the end of the day, it's just some minor things about Mikal Bridges that I just didn't like offensively. Other than that, his defense has lived up to the hype, and also his ability to not be scared to guard anybody. The guy done guard some of the best point guards and the best forwards in the NBA, and he never backed down, and he went at him. He felt like he can guard him. He felt like he could stay with him, and he went out there, and he's been able to prove it so far. His defense, like I said, still needs some polishing up, especially his own ball defense, which is hard to play nowadays, on ball defense. But in the pick and rolls, in the switches, he has gave maximum effort. And until he really sits down, study footage, and see how he can really improve next year, when he can really soak up everything he learned his rookie year and then come back stronger and come back better and work with his trainer, I think he can become an even better defender. And I think especially offensively, he has a long way to go. You can't just be putting up 12 and 9 points throughout this month of December. You're getting a lot of minutes. We want to see you do a lot more than just be a role player, especially for a top 10 pick with a lot of hype. So we'll see what happens. Right now, he's just trying to fit in. Right now, he's just doing what's best for the team, but he's going to eventually have to become a guy that's dependable outside of three-point shooting and defense. And hopefully he gets that, and that's my main concern looking at Mikal Bridges right now in December and going into January. I want to see him be more assertive and more aggressive and have a little bit more confidence when he has the ball in his hand and not being scared to take shots, and make plays. And that will help him develop into something more special than he is right now. Let me know what you guys think about Mikal Bridges. Is he underrated? Is he overrated? Is I'm too hard on him? Or is I'm just right? He can do better. He should be better, and he can bring more to the table. Whatever you think, let me know in the comment section. I'll read every comment. Thanks for enjoying the video and watching the video. I make videos every single day. I talk about trades, free agent signing. I even break down actual footage of players. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. Continue to watch my older videos because that's why I made them. And Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. Hopefully you guys have a happy new year, and hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. Quinn DW, Quinn Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.